Hey guys, so it's been a minute since I posted, mainly because life is busy and I realized that the YouTube challenge that I created for myself, which is to post every day for 30 days, ain't gonna work for me because my lifestyle is way too busy to post every single day. And this is not something I would do long term anyway because it's just something I'm trying to do to create engagement with my audience. But I can't post every day. I can't. Like, I'm so sorry I lied to you guys, but I honestly lied to myself because I thought that I was going to be able to do it, but I can't. Anyway, in this video today, I have some household management tips that are going to work for you that actually work for me. And this is part one of a two-part video. So the first thing that I do with my kids is called notice and do. What exactly is notice and do, Cynthia? So notice and do is when you tell your kid, hey, you just walked past a bag of chips on the floor. How about you pick those up? You notice something is wrong and you do something about it. You don't just do everything. It shouldn't be all on the mom to do everything by themselves, or the dad or the caregiver to do everything on their own. So that's number one. Notice and do something. Don't just walk past it. Do something about it. Number two is routines and calendars. So what I like to have in my house, like I spoke about in other videos, are different whiteboards that I use in each room. So we have different routines that we do in our home to make things a lot easier for everyone in the household. So some of the routines that we have are making sure that they have their book bag chores done at the end of the day when they get home from school. Emptying out their lunch bags is basically what a book bag chore is. Emptying their lunch bags, getting out their folders, letting me know about any homework they have, any assignments that they have, any notice flyers, anything like that that they got from the teacher from the school. That's when we do our book bag chores. And then I let them just relax for about an hour, hour and a half, something like that. And then we start to do the homework because no one wants to jump right into homework when they just got home from school. So I let them relax for a little bit. Number three are family meetings. So in our family meetings, I like to have them once a week, and they're not like we need to have a family meeting. You know, some people's family meetings are like really intense. Ours are pretty laid back. Like I do write up a couple of notes of what I want to address in the household, but things I address are things like, did you guys do a notice and do this week? I do congratulations on so and so for doing whatever achievement they did that week. I like to let the kids know that they're appreciated for the things that they are doing so that they can continue doing the things that are expected of them and other things that are helpful for the rest of the household. So that's our family meetings, is things like that, things that are coming up for events in the month and the quarter and the week. Things they could look forward to, a couple of positive things. So family meetings don't always have to have a negative connotation to them. They can have something positive about them that your kids can look forward to, which I think is great. Number four is setting the tone for family expectations. So being the leader of the household, whether you're the mom, the dad, the grandmother, grandparent, foster parent, setting the tone for the family is extremely important. And what do I mean by setting the tone for the family? It's your energy. It's the way you provide for the family. It's how you do things, the structure of the household. So your tone, and a lot of people don't realize that they have a tone that they set for the family already, whether they want to acknowledge it or not. And it's something that you should consciously be aware of when you're setting the tone for your family. When you have a bad day, it's like your energy. When you have a bad day, you bring that into the household. Or you can set that aside, leave it outside, and come into the household with the expectation of what you expect to do in your household, what you expect from your kids, without being like abrasive about it. You know, like you can still be a little gentle. You don't have to be really abrasive and be like, this is what we're going to do. It doesn't have to be like that, but setting the tone for your family is really important. And it's something that people do subconsciously without realizing that they are even doing it. So take a second and write in the comment section, what do you do in your household to set the tone for your family? I'm really curious to know what everyone does. Everyone does something a little bit different. So I think that's interesting to talk about. Number five is planning ahead. So that goes back to the family meeting. So knowing that you're going to have those family meetings like every Sunday afternoon or every Sunday evening after dinner, you're going to have a quick family meeting about what to expect for the week, what to expect for the month, things to look forward to, things that you're planning for next year possibly. So with my kids, I like to plan a vacation once a year. So we just started doing this. So what I started talking to them about was, where do you guys want to go on vacation next year? What's something we can start planning for a year in advance, because it really does take that long to plan for a vacation if you're going to be doing like a family of four or whatever your family size is. It could be just you, and it could still take an entire year to plan a vacation. So planning ahead is something that's really important, like writing down what the goals are going to be, what you need to achieve within that time, leading up to it. If you have to get passports for something, if you have to get transportation, if you have to get Other things, rental car, if maybe you need to improve your credit score so you can get a rental car. Maybe you need to do things with your credit card so that you can pay it down so you can do other things, like little tiny things that you can do to plan ahead. Number 6 is finding one-on-one time with everyone in your household. Finding that connection, that time to connect with people is extremely imperative. I noticed that especially with kids, like if you don't connect with them on a regular basis, it doesn't have to be like every single moment of the day, but you should find time that works for you and your family and your household to connect with one another with your schedule. What does that look like exactly? That could be having family game night. That could be sometimes it's a movie night. Sometimes it's doing a craft together, an activity, or it could be as simple as cutting down your Christmas tree together as a family, picking that out every year. It could be something like going for a hike, going for an afternoon walk, riding your bikes together. It could be things that are involving you talking to the person, not just doing a task and being around the person, because you can feel like you're around people but feel disconnected from them if you aren't talking with anyone. So that's something to keep in mind. Number 7 are monthly family activities. So I think it's important. What I do in my house, we choose something once a month to do, to have a family activity. Like for example, for October, you could have carving pumpkins. For December, you could have, let me think. For December, you could have going to the Lights Festival, or it could be cutting down your Christmas tree. For each month, you could have something that's a family activity. It could be going to an event as a family. It could be going to a comedy show if you have older kids. It could be doing something to give back to charity. It could be so many different things. Visiting kids, writing letters, choosing a kid to be charitable to during the holiday season. There's so many different things you could do for that thing, right? The next thing, I like to do motivational podcasts with my kids. So not every single morning, but usually in the morning when they're getting ready, probably a couple days a week, I'll play a motivational podcast, not too loud, but in the background while we're all getting ready for school. And it usually helps to set the tone, and they'll ask questions afterwards about the podcast or about the motivational things that they heard the speakers saying. And it usually helps a lot. So that's another tip that I have. A great podcast is Motiversity on Spotify. I think that's a great one to listen to with your kids. And my kids are 7 and 9, so I think that's a great age. Well, my 6-year-old is going to be 7 in like 3 days. So that's another 7 and 9 years old, and that's another good podcast that you can look into. Another thing I do is scheduling time with my girlfriend, just to hang out with her. She's really fun to hang out with, so I like to schedule time with my friend to hang out with her, and that's usually how I get things situated with the household. And you have someone you can vent to, you have someone you can relax with, have fun with. That's a good thing to do, is just to have someone, or have a hobby. If you don't like to hang out with friends, have a hobby that you can do that is just your time for yourself. And the last thing is just finding happiness in your daily lifestyle. So find one thing you could be grateful for. It could be that you found a parking space. It could be that you got a free coffee from Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks, wherever you get your coffee from. It could be that it could be small, minor things that you're grateful for the day. It doesn't have to be anything major, but just writing it down or saying it out loud, something that you're actually grateful for, like genuinely grateful for, would be helpful with you with maintaining your household. And then you can make it into a routine with your kids. What's something that you're grateful for this week when you do your family meetings? What's something that happened at school that you really are happy about? What's something that you're working on? You could also address the challenges as well. So those are my household tips. That's part 1, and part 2 will be coming soon. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.